Tide Talker Webb is back. I had to wait till everything shook out of the portal. We did very, very well. The first guy we got was Cam Dewberry out of Texas A&M. He's had over 1,000 snaps, 6'4", 330. Really good guy. He's going to be pushing for a starting spot, and if not, he will definitely get tons of playing time. Great for depth. I know everybody was excited about Conception out of NC State, which is he's a great player, really great player. But I think he was wanting a whole lot of money, and I kind of feel like we have Ryan Williams, we have Jeremy Bernard, so we really didn't need to go spend a ton of money on a guy. But we got Isaiah Horton. He's 6'4", 205 out of Miami. He's got 3 years left of eligibility. Last year he put up good numbers. He had 56 receptions, 616 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Very, very good. Great big body guy, because we've got Meadows coming in who's 6'6". So you got those guys. You got the speedsters with Bernard and Ryan Williams. And Lozier Brooks coming in, which is the guy's a track star. So that shored up what we needed, and a big body guy, a possession guy over the middle, which was great. And we also, I thought we got a great get at Nikhil Hill-Green. He's a linebacker. He's 6'2", 230. He played last year at Colorado. He's going to be helping because this will be his 6th year. Lawson, which is our other starting middle linebacker, who's got 5 years. So you got 11 years combined, so many snaps, so much experience. Great, great, great get. So excited about those guys. They got what they needed out of the portal. I know there's other guys that have a little bit more hype or people are more excited about, and I get that. But we got what we needed, and the spots we needed, we filled that up. On the other thing, forgive me, I'm yawning for whatever reason today. These playoffs were dog shit. They were horrible. I mean, you just look at these teams and you're just like, what is going on here? We had Notre Dame and played Indiana 27-17. And let me just say this. This first round of these playoffs, I think they bring up a good point about being humble. Don't overestimate your opponent. Don't have diarrhea of the mouth. And you just control what you can do to control the situation and be the best you can be in those games. Like, running your mouth is not going to get you anywhere. Running your mouth doesn't help you win a game. Antonio Langham once said, and you can look this up, you can find it all over the internet, sometimes your butt writes a check that you can't cash. Your mouth overloads your behind and you just can't cash it. And that's what we saw. Kirk Cignetti, I think that's how you say his name, of Indiana, he kept running that mouth, just run and run and run, diarrhea of the mouth. And it's like, you do know you're playing a way better team than you that has way more better depth, way better everything. Really? Like, you're just going to run your mouth and you get blown out 27-17. And really, it should have been worse if you didn't have that garbage time touchdown. It should have been way worse. You had Texas versus Clemson, which we all knew that was going to be garbage. They got a garbage time touchdown, which Texas won 38-24. And Ohio State. Congratulations to you. I'm not an Ohio State fan, but you played great. You came in there and you busted behind. In Tennessee, Josh Heupel. One word, humility. Sitting there saying that Ohio State's home stadium is Neyland North, and then putting geo points on where you're going to dump their goalpost in the river, all that kind of stuff. Really? You didn't even win the SEC conference, and you think you're going to go beat Ohio State in their stadium and then run your mouth for like 2 weeks straight about how bad you're going to beat them? Like, you got embarrassed. Like, that's really pathetic. And those were 2 games with Ohio State and Tennessee and Notre Dame and Indiana. Maybe have some humility. I don't know. Maybe don't give the other team bulletin board material, and maybe you'll keep it close. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But that was just pathetic. I don't even understand where y'all look at that and say, yeah, that makes sense. Let's just run our mouth. Let's just keep running our mouth and running our mouth and running our mouth. Makes no sense at all. And let me just say that while we're on this topic, when you look at these playoffs, the seeding of these playoffs, I mean, did we have a toddler do this? I don't understand how they're this bad. Like, in my mind, the BCS computers were more accurate. Like, you always have one play 12, two play 11, three play 10, four play 9, and so on and so forth. I do not understand why you've got just bums playing bums almost, and the seeding is so off because you want the best teams at the final say so. That doesn't make any sense. Like, the seeding needs to be fixed. I'm sorry. And all these automatic bowl bids, garbage. Absolute garbage. I'm not complaining. If Alabama, we played our way out of it, but South Carolina's more deserving to be in. Ole Miss is more deserving to be in. SMU absolutely and Indiana should never have made it. Like, that's insane. I mean, basically, you just signal the whole college football world. Hey, let's go ahead. If I was Alabama, Ole Miss, and South Carolina, I would just leave the SEC and be independent like Notre Dame. Guarantee we never have to have a conference championship and play bums. That's what I would do. I mean, and these automatic bids have to go. I'm sorry. They're absolute garbage. You're not getting the best teams. I mean, think about it. The Associated Press poll had Alabama above SMU. The coaches poll had Alabama above SMU. The BCS computers, 4 of 6 of them, had Alabama above SMU. ESPN's FPI and strength of schedule had Alabama above SMU. I mean, come on, guys. We got to do better than this. And I even did break it down, okay? I broke it down. Boise State, bums. They played 2 ranked teams all year. 2. And you think they deserve an automatic bid and a ride into the playoffs? Like, get out of here. That's trash. They played 2 ranked teams, Oregon and UNLV. They played 7, got blown out by Oregon. They played 20 UNLV and won. Arizona State. They played a little bit more top 10 teams. I'll give them that. They played 16 Utah, won. They played 16 K-State, won. 14 BYU and won. And ISU, 16 and 1. Okay. They played well. But strength of schedule, they didn't. You played 4 hard teams, and that was kind of it. SMU, you played BYU, who's ranked, Louisville, who was ranked, Pitt, who was ranked, and Clemson. You lost 2 of the 4. Notre Dame. I will say this was absolutely pathetic. You played 20 TAMU and won. You played number 15 Louisville and won. You played 24 Navy and won. And then you played number 19 Army and won. So you played 2 tough games. And if any team, and I'll say this, I can be honest about this, if any team that didn't deserve to be there, it was Notre Dame. You played Navy and Army, and they were ranked for the first time in 100 years, and then you're proud of it. You played the Little Sisters of the Deaf and Blind, and you got in. Like, pathetic. Like, in my opinion, you shouldn't even been in there at all. Just strength of schedule alone, nope. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I think the playoff committees should tell you if you don't join a conference, you're not going to be in the playoffs. This is garbage. I mean, if it was me, why don't Alabama, South Carolina, and Ole Miss just leave the SEC and we'll just schedule bums and we'll be fine. That's just crazy. And like I said, of all these teams, Boise State does not deserve to be there, and Notre Dame absolutely doesn't deserve to be there. I'll give credit where credit's due. Of all 4 of them that I think are bums, and I'm still going to say they're bums because they're all going to lose, I think that Arizona State probably played the most equitable schedule. You played 2 16 teams at the time, 1 14, 3 16 seed teams. They were number 16 in the country at the time, and a number 14. You won all of them. Okay, I'll give you that. Strength of schedule wise, though, no, there's teams that played a lot harder strength of schedules here. Like I said, I went down the list. Ole Miss played number 13 and lost to LSU. Then they blew out Georgia and won, which was the number 3 team in the country. South Carolina played 6 ranked teams, 3 in the top 10. So let's just keep that in mind. They were 9-3. They deserve to be in over anybody at the 12th spot. On almost anybody, period. And I will stand by that. Texas A&M, they played Notre Dame, Mizzou, LSU, and Texas. They played 4 top 10 teams at the time. 4 top 10 teams. I mean, seriously? I mean, and you put those 3 resumes, especially SC and TAMU, against Boise State, Arizona, SMU, Clemson, and Notre Dame. Those 5 teams look like bums, and they all got in the playoffs. All look like bums. Pathetic. So I say this to say this. Playoff committee, get it right. Stop doing these. Well, we got the most. They deserve to be teams is putting trash on the field, and we're seeing that in the first round, and then half the second round is going to be trash too. So I don't get it. Like, I thought we were supposed to get the best teams on the field to play each other, and we didn't have it this time. You know what? If that's what the playoff committee is going to get us, let's just go BCS computers. I would rather just do that. If that's what we're going to do, then maybe we just need to let a computer and AI decide this instead of humans, because y'all are fouling it up. But anyway, that's the only rant I'm going to have. Anyway, enjoy your holidays. Happy Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Mazel Tov to you and 8 crazy nights. And I hope all y'all have a blessed and safe time with y'all's families. Tide Talk Web is out.